I'll show you me. This is me. There's only one Hugh David Collier, me. I am staying at the Salvation Army Men's Shelter on Godwin Street, Halifax, Nova Scotia. There's no other me. Period. Linked to Anne Lafashelle and Queen Elizabeth and Thomas Collier buried Con River. The 700 treaty, 300 trillion fund, and Doug Ford's packing it out like candy, and so what the Trudeau did, same thing, all the other countries, my Pat's promotions, tears, programming, and my mom's Hudson Bay, but me, will to me. Joe and Beatrice Eakin, the farm, will to my mama. RCA, Microsoft Atari Asteroid computer, very first computer out. The net. Push button. Actuators. Thumper. Feel rail. Anyway, we're just going to go straight to the case. So this was my Blunder Construction. So the Crown has this as what? Evidence. Yes. And it says multiple things that Kathleen would get for the children if I'm dead. So once again, they wouldn't give me residency change at 38 Farquhar Harrison Street. Whoa, look at that. Donald Frederick, questioned by cops. Oh, I left when? Right. You see that? So that's the Crown's disclosure. And you understand that every one of these court documents where it says I breach because I'm in jail in another province, and they breach continuously because they what? They couldn't kill me. They tried to. Hip, hip, stern, kill shot, assassination, kill shot, snap, feet, teeth, ribs, collarbones, 14, what? So the very first arrest in Kitchener, Ontario, I'm shringed. I wake up 3 days, then transferred to Maplehurst. So what'd they give me? They had to wake me back up, didn't they? They gave me that lethal injection is what they did. And they had to revive me. I was told I was getting chopped up on the way by Constable Tyler Matthews. And he had private phone calls straight to his phone, on his private phone, not his what? Personal phone. And see the YouTube video with all the stuff that I listed. Well, I listed it there because I owned it, so where's it at? Waterloo Regional still has it. So when I signed a contract at Bridges, I changed and altered, scratched out things and wrote things and put SUD under my contract that they would own all rights to my devices, Bridges Men's Shelter in Cambridge, Ontario, and also Waterloo Regional. They own sweet fuck all of mine. So once again, Donald Frederick, question. Donald Frederick says he evasted me from his residence because there was too many cops showing up. Why? Because they wanted me. You understand? They wanted me. So every one of these Crown disclosure documents only has a police officer that is a male only. Understand? So they fail to comply with breach of, yeah, so therefore what? Section 733.1 is the suspended sentence. 145 5A is what? Failure to comply with a release order. So when I'm forced and I try to get residency change to move outside of Dartmouth, but the Crown says, no, you're going to jail. To what? We're going to murder you. We're going to get rid of you just like your mother. You understand that shit? With Dustin Walsh, I should have been moving out with Dustin Walsh. So therefore, when my life is threatened, do you think what? Fail to comply with a fucking release order says anything good? No, it don't. So the Crown's hanging themselves with all the disclosures. And the Blunder Construction profile, Hugh-Kathy@hotmail.com, my 20-year-old what email linked to the federal laptop stolen, income tax, family, friends, business, plus my business promotion, IDS, McDonald's promotion, Tim Hortons promotion, Fully Electric promotions, 420 or 430 patents promotions in a dollar store, Globe, Bulb, my mom's water and vinegar. That's enough. Don't need one. Crown has to prove it 3 times that it's not mine. And why they're colluding and conspiracizing. So no fixed address. How could they not have a fixed address, but they still what? Use it as evidence. So therefore they don't know what? Where I'm at? The 2nd day of September 2022. How could they not know where I'm at? Right. I'm released to 38 Farquhar Harrison. How could they not know where I'm at? So then we go to the next. we have a summons. So a summons by Sherry Robinson. So Sherry Robinson was what? My family law lawyer in Stewiacke or Elmsdale. Anyway, she was pregnant and dropped the case and put it off so that what? I would lose faith in Dylan, Nicole and Emma. And then we have this one. Same charges, so they just keep doubling up. Failure to comply. So those are the original charges. So therefore, when I'm in cells and they keep getting notified that I served the time already, with Judge McDougall saying, time served, Mr. Collier, will you please plead guilty? And it's only the Nova Scotia warrant plus 6 months. So when one order is ordered on the original charge, that means every one of them are what? Void. That's all it means. Every one of them void. But they still collude and they keep going. That's conspiracy, corruption, and what? Abuse of authority, abuse of the badge, abuse of the what? Bar association. Then we go to the next one. I don't even have to read them. Residency change. There you go. Failure to comply, because why? I'm not in my residency change. Once again, another what? Male what? Police officer. The investigator. Well, Jesus Christ, right? 6 warrants of arrest. Well, 6 warrants of arrest says they were addressed each time the 14 breaches onto the Crown disclosure. 14 breaches says I served the time already 14 times in Maplehurst for everything they're trying to do to me. No matter what, that's what it means. Now, double jeopardy is illegal. Now try 14 times, and what? The Crown down here, oh, we don't like it. That what the judicial law says. Once I serve in one province, it's served only. That's all it means. So therefore, now what they're doing, trying to cover up what? The sex trade that I caught in Truro. Well, Kathy, what? My wife included. Community Services, Kathy Gates, and what? Stacey Darku. So therefore, what is the Crown proving? The Crown is proving that I'm actually right. And I've been right for what? 7 years. Now, all contracts go back to my mama, Linda Marie Collier, murdered at the VG here, and what? Doctor recorded saying he's going to kill my mother, but what? I proved premeditated murder, and they stole the organs. Linda Daphne issue. So therefore, we go to who? Well, we have one lady. Catherine, what? Hillick. Not married to who? I'm not married to anybody in Lawrencetown. And blocked out what? So now they are hiding evidence, saying that it's Lawrencetown, so therefore, did I violate all of Lawrencetown? Because there's speculation in what? I'm separated, but it has nothing to do with Kathleen. Kathleen's 268 Spring Avenue. Right. Other threats and what to cause bodily harm or death. So therefore, other threats to cause bodily harm and death is what? When I said I give them an epoxy box, but I didn't what? So Melinda's going to have to produce the audio tapes of me saying what? That I'll give her an epoxy box and Kathleen when they die. Because when the answer machine cut out. So therefore, she's not even providing the tapes. Right. She's not even providing the tapes. She's going on word. So Blair, what is it? She's either forced to say something that is illegal and she's going to perjurize herself, or she's going to what? Provide both tapes because I had to call back because the answer machine cut out. So therefore, I called back, and it's not harassing or nothing. It's telling the truth. So Mike and Melinda knew I was what? Fully electric before what? Musk going on to the market with fully electric and me, e-bike as well in Kitchener, Ontario. That's all it means. So therefore, Melinda is colluding and what? Took blackmail money and what? Trying to cover up what Mike did with what? His stupid cars at the fucking goddamn race. For his daughter racing. Fully electric. Terminal device, eliminates resistors and conductors before it goes back to the battery pack, making it lithium, fully electric, and what? 4 wheels or alternators. It charges itself, and more boost. So therefore, other threats to cause bodily harm, blah, blah, blah. We have a female addressing what? A female, and what? They black out, well, the residents. Well, I already know Melinda lives. Victim, Kathleen Kelly. How could it be Kathleen Kelly? Right. Kathleen Kelly doesn't live in Lawrencetown. She lives at 268 Spring Avenue. Ah, there you go. So is it Melinda or is it Kathleen? Either or, I said I'd give both of them epoxy boxes, but I said what? When they die. So you better provide the second tape because I have it. Plus, what? Telling the truth. I'm not allowed to lie, but you bitches. And the address is what? 659 King Street, blah, 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 blah. So why would you be harassing me when I'm in cells and in and out of cells with what? Fraudulent and what bullshit charges to what? We're already separated. I'm already away from you. Leave me the fuck alone. Right. You're caught with your lies of plagiarism and what? The sex trade and what? Abuse of power and what? Your money's Melinda is no fucking good because you stole it from Mike in the first place. Mike survived with a stint, but you're the fucking problem of it. Just like my kidneys issue with what? Kathleen trying to kill me and with supplying 3 Ativan to what? Have sex with my dad in my house that she's not even on the mortgage. And my friends. And teenagers. So now we go to the next one. Kathleen Kelly and her address is blacked out. Great. So what is it? Oh, it's my email address. And what is it? And I said to him trying to contact me through means of any... Right. So when I send what? Exactly. When I send what? Proof that I'm alive and... we flip it over. Failure to comply with a court order. So therefore, when I have a court order, very first one, 14 breaches, the very first one where I'm shringed, snap feet, teeth, ribs, collarbones, and what? They steal the laptop, federal laptop, with Doug Ford promoting the earth and saying Ontario is what the strongest, what province, because of why? Oh, it should be Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, and Newfoundland, and PEI, and also New Brunswick. I know my co-pilot, Nicole Don Clipless, Collier McRae's firm. And I know my Gemini, my Emma, pharmacist. Nicole Don Clipless is my dental hygienist. So she has records of my teeth. So why did they what? They mimicked me and they collected already and what? Cut deals with Hugh Colliers that are not me. Check out Walt Disney, who like that fucker's like me. No, he's not. But he's on Facebook saying that he's Hugh Collier. Well, there's only one Hugh Collier that's registered and goes to Jermaine Joseph Collier, minus the Eon Jermaine, and Linda Marie Collier, who is Daphne. And I have my what? Birth certificate saying so. So I'm the one that did all the creations through the Hudson Bay, and I even named certain banks, and at the moment back it up in ABM, and plus Visa card, HBMO. Hey, got it? So therefore I started the what? Barcode. So you know how rich I am when they're what? Trying to put me in jail so they can what? Finish what they started. What they said they're going to kill me. Good enough? No, it's not. Let's continue. So therefore we have 3 counts of what? Failure to appear. Failure to comply with conditions. So therefore, once again, this disclosure, and it's Tom, Constable Tom. So therefore, all these cops are conspiratizing because they got fully electric vehicles, fully brand new Panasonic federal laptops in their vehicles, plus a big pail, plus so on and so forth. Halifax and the bulletin board going up with the bulletin boards of what? Conestoga and the students' promotions and fully electric and Neo and Europe, IDS, with me, the copyright owner of all of what? They don't want me to have my digit. But I created the first digit for all the business to actually have a digit, even the federal system. Got it? Otherwise, they don't get a digit at the bank. So, failure to comply with a probation order. So, therefore, the probation order is what? Not valid because I already served it. Once the first one in Kitchener says judicial law, time served for the Nova Scotia warrant, and 6 months probation, that means the Nova Scotia warrant and everything to do with Nova Scotia is handled. Judicial law says I reserved it. So why am I here with an anchormonger on? Why did I just do an extra 108 days? Why did what? They're still pursuing on the original charges. Right. So therefore, I'm telling Kathleen what I am, who I am, and it's already served. She says, please don't call back. So I didn't call back. I talked to her for a minute and 20-some seconds. I've been in jail for 3.5 years, babe. Please don't call back. Sure. But then I end up with new charges. So therefore, they can't give me the new charges because it's already what? Handled. So therefore, it's not what? Failed to comply with anything. It's not what? Failed to comply with a probation order. It's because it's already served. Do you get it? It's already served. Judicial law says you can't double jeopardize me, and I already did. What? Serve it. 3.5 years says I served it. 14 breaches says I served it. Right, because they kept on relaying the charges up in Ontario, and they nitpicked my house arrest, everything to pieces, and they made me serve the time. As if I was guilty. But I wasn't guilty to begin with, because you what? Put my wife in a sex trade, and she was over with me, and Donald Frederick knows about it, wrote a letter at Community Services, and Community Services did what? Stripped me of my father's rights while I'm in cells, when they knew I was in cells in Ontario. So they what? Fraudulently got the judge involved of the community service issue, just like Ronald Chisholm did, and Ronald Chisholm's in the paperwork as well. So therefore, that links him what? With his bullshit friend Chisholm as well, in my court documents. Cell matter. So they planned to put me in cells. That's all it means, and that's Crown. You understand that? Fair to comply, blah, blah, blah. Keep on relaying the same charge. Well, you only get charged once for it. So therefore, when I have it served, how can I fail to comply? I'm not. So why was I gated from Maplehurst jail 3.5 years straight to jail again? And Burnside Forensics says, oh, is he good to stand up for trial? But what is it? Of course, I was fucking able to stand up for trial. They already know it. But they jail me anyway. So therefore, we already definitely have time served at that point. Because why? They staged and mapped and tampered with everything, hid what they wanted, and what? They're not providing the original tapes or anything to go along with what they're saying. They only use black and white. Because why? Because they have to do it black and white because they are liars. Lie, facts. So once again, why would Dartmouth pursue me, the original one that put the charges on me in Dartmouth, that I would what? I should be at my fucking house. Why would I have a full criminal record, again, going forward, when I never had no fucking trouble in 20-some years? Because they wanted to separate me and my family. Faith, Kathleen, and Dylan, and myself. Only. That's all it means. Control the lady. So she can what? We'll give you the kids. You just gotta what? Work for us. I don't give a fuck if she's what? Settled down now or not. That's how it all started. Because I took her to her house, and she would what? She wouldn't have anything to do with me after that day. She had to go home and have her bath. Because why? She's in there 2 or 3 hours, and she's out. No, those are what? Private houses. What the fuck is she going to private houses for with lingerie in her bag? Period. You got me? No, I know. I got you all. Fair to comply. Criminal harassment. Criminal harassment means you have to go there 3 times in a row. So therefore, in Kathleen's statement, she says, I did not approach the house, but she didn't say that. She asked me to take a coffee over to me and set me up. So therefore, what? 268 Spring Avenue, 38 Farquhar Harrison Street. It's like a kilometer away. Walk. Right, but she's on the phone. We're talking to Melinda. Melinda calls what? Melinda wants to butt her nose and everything. Well, why was she Melinda in my fucking marriage in the first place? He'll never love you, just like Stacey Darku, right? We know lots of men in Dartmouth. Well, why in the fuck did Kathleen move to Dartmouth? Right, do you understand? Kathy Gates and Leonard Wagner, and the 2 pictures where Kathleen wrote she was uniting with me, and she was doing what? See my business that I had there? Your Touch Custom Epoxy? How did I lose my business? Plus working for Blunt Construction Profile and TLS Property Services. I was swamped. Kathleen would rather be, and children, Faith and Dylan, would rather be at 38 Farquhar Harrison Street in my studio apartment where I did countertops right outside my what? Apartment door. I'm the creator of the first digit, everyone to have a digit on the net. You understand how cops are so crooked, and so is the Crown? Now, is it up to the judge? It's not up to the judge. I don't have to answer to the judge. His Majesty is me. So how can my name be on the other side? You understand? I guess you understand, don't you? Corrupt, conspiracy, extortion, rape, murder, sex trade, drug trade, including all the other countries. Why? Because my digit went elsewhere but in my pocket. But they collected on me in Kitchener, Ontario. 4 Otis number says they did. Because they stole the federal laptop. It's a business laptop and I own everything on it. HughEvanCathy@hotmail.com. So they can put all this black and white all they want. They can get all the statements all they want. When they lead a question, so when they lead a person to say what they want, that's how they generate a charge. So therefore, when they backdate and talk about history, and they jump to the present, and they do what? They're mapping and staging and tampering, so therefore they get what they want. So therefore, what is it? It's conspiracy corruption only. And this legal aid, well, himself, his bar license, he's supposed to report it to our higher up because of the conspiracy corruption and the murders that I know about. Once again, all contracts go back to Linda Marie Collier getting murdered. My mother. And I have what? My house. 4579 Highway 29, Army 3, Upper Stewart, BON2P0, Upper Stewiacke. How do I lose my house? Victor Dudag, not CO anymore, and I call him out on a construction file on LinkedIn. Right, put faith in Dylan on the street, a 4 and a 5-year-old. Oh, sorry, a 3 and a 4-year-old. Then Jason Fleming recorded $12,260 judgment. I shouldn't have put $40,000 in my house to sell it. So therefore, what? I'm promised a new mortgage, but we're putting it in the street. The house is already sold, and they paid judgment, just like $12,263 judgment in Budsma Bank of Canada, and the recordings are with who? Budsma Bank of Canada. They cannot get rid of them for at least 10 years, so therefore I still have 4 years. Right. Otherwise it's tampering. But the judgment says they already paid it. CIBC. Where's my 18-year mortgage? 66666. You get me now? I guess you get me now, don't you? So legal aid is involved. The Crown is involved. The town is involved. You see my post with addressing the mayor, Mr. Houston, Doug Ford, Trump, Trudeau, Musk, the king. Now they're all liable because they all extorted from my people, which is my dollar, which I promised 1 million first. Then I promised 10 million on my audio, where they're playing with my audio when I'm doing a recording for Tim Hortons. But I never got a thing yet. I never got no contracts in my name, 0 yet. But they already collected my name and my phone numbers and my emails and the trauma patients and terminal ill patients, sending hundreds of $1 millions to hugh-cathy@hotmail.com, specifically to the bank on King Street, Kitchener, Ontario. But I'm evicted from all the banks, including my main, Scotia, and RBC takes me back on Spring Garden. So why is my bank account empty when everything's mine, the digit first? It's crypto, Bitcoin, everything trade. The 300 trillion fund, 1700 years ago. Or sorry, in the 1700s treaty, 300 years ago. Where's my dollar figure? So this is all black and white. So the Crown wants to use what? Little notes from police officers that are corrupt. And there was one female that dresses who? Melinda. Not even Kathleen in Lawrencetown. Why is Kathleen, Melinda, and Kelsey? Well, Kelsey says what? I can't contact her. And I said in the text messages on the Blonde Construction profile, I posted them. So they ripped down all my evidence, and what does it do? So that's tampering and what? Controlling and staging and mapping the way out so they can get what they want, even though it's illegal. And you understand, my dollar pays their what? Wages? Their building? Their corruption? And they want to extort me and what? Hide me and try to kill me? They already took the hip stern kill shot on me in Maplehurst, Waterloo Regional Police, Holton, SWAT, and OPP. They didn't have to fire 1. They didn't have to fire 2. They didn't have to fire 3, sternum. Right. Plus break my collarbones again. And my teeth. I need $5,000 of work done to my teeth, and my daughter, co-pilot, is not even fucking talking to me. She won't answer my phone. All my family, what? Block me? Really? Really? That's a brief explanation. All I had to do was look at the front page. So therefore, I already know from looking at it, I can explain it, but they can't explain how they came to the terms of anything of that. And that's their Crown disclosure. Right. proven that they're full of conspiracy, extortion, and what? They premeditated murdered my mother and are trying to cover up the what? Kill me again. Well, you don't get a second chance. That means they're guilty only. It means legal aid's guilty only. I'm not addressed by the feds. Not talked to once. Well, I'm trying to save the federal system. Liberty Tax and Greta, is she alive? I don't know. Why? If she got promoted, great. But she already knows that I have the launch clothes for the Maine. So I post nothing in Parliament, Lord Native Emperor Hugh David Collier, what they addressed me as God. So what did Trudeau do? And he had to step down? I said $500 per child, right across Canada. Why? Because it's my money. What did Trudeau do? 23 one province, 33 another province, 38 another province. Every child's equal. Trudeau, what'd you do with the other what? Per child. What did you do with the rest of the month? $500 per child. What did you do with it, Trudeau? And you want to introduce him back into what? Any type of fucking goddamn parliament? He proved that what? Him and his conspirators with Musk, Trudeau, Carney, Paul Bier, the King, Megan, I love you. Trump. Wake the fuck up, Trump. Your bank robs you, says you stole what? A 7 from me when you robbed the Hudson Bay with $16 million what? Lawsuit. Trying to change your numerology. Now those are murder. Now all the what? Students in Kitchener, the ones in the concrete, the ones in the food, the ones being separated, the what? The Hindu, so on and so forth. How's that? $14 murders, including in my cases of the 14 breaches. One. No, there's several. There's more than one per case. Carl and BB wouldn't give me residency change. No, they showed up at SHIP, Halifax Regional Detectives. Now they're up there pumping the fentanyl into the girls and everything, controlling them. And what? Pumping the fentanyl all through Kitchener. That's Halifax Regional Police. Halifax Regional Police did what for me? Nothing. But arrest me and try to keep me behind bars. Right. So, 2/7 time on my clock says I own what?